In fact, the top Republican on the Senate Banking Committee has come out opposing Lou's nomination, saying that he must never be Secretary of Treasury. On the CNBC Newsline this morning, Republican Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama. Senator, good to have you with us. Good morning.
Good. Budget committee, not banking.
Never's a long time, Senator. It certainly sounds like a threat to filibuster. How serious are you?
I feel very strongly about this. In 2011, when he was the OMB director, we hoped that there would be a historic bipartisan agreement about our debt course. He came before the American people, announced a budget that he had crafted, and said, quote, "Our budget will get us over the next several years to the point where we can look the American people in the eye and say we're not adding to the debt anymore. We're spending money that we have each year. Then we can work to bring down our national debt." That was utterly and totally false. His own numbers showed that the lowest single deficit we'd have in 10 years was over $600 billion. And they rode that false spin for quite a long time. That's the reason they will not bring a budget to the floor of the United States Senate, because this kind of bogus rhetoric would have been exposed plainly and openly. The Democrats could not allow that to happen. It got 0 votes when actually was brought up.
Right.
This is not a healthy thing. What he knows about the budget is how to manipulate it and how to manipulate the numbers, and that's not what we need in a Secretary of the Treasury today. I just strongly believe we need a man of integrity or a woman of competence who can have bipartisan support. And they said he's genial, but in Bob Woodward's book, Negotiators found Lou, he said, to be obnoxious, disrespectful, and dismissive and lecturing. Oh. And the people that I've talked to that have been a part of that were not appreciative of the way he conducted himself.
Right. Now, you are not going so far as to say you will filibuster the nomination, right?
Well, I think that we'll just see what happens, but I tend to oppose this nomination, and we need to talk about the fundamental challenges of our nation, and we need to know why Mr. Liu not only refused to produce a plan that would fix our debt problem, but actually attacked people like Paul Ryan, who laid out a credible plan, and why he would misrepresent the impact of the budget he did submit to the Senate, which, of course, was never brought up. This dwarfs the kind of tax problem that Secretary Geithner had. I mean, this goes to the core of what a high government official should do, which is tell the American people the truth about our serious financial condition.
Senator, the critics have had other points. They've said he's hyper-partisan. They have said that his time at Citigroup was questionable, given the fact that that bank was about to have a lot of problems. Your criticism is about something he said about the budget 2 years ago. Are those other criticisms red herrings?
No, they're very important. I don't think he certainly doesn't bring the gravitas of former New York Fed chairman like Secretary Geithner and other very prominent people we've had as Secretary of Treasury, the premier financial position in the United States government. Even more important, because our president has no training and really no real understanding of classical business and economics. So I think there are a lot of reasons to be concerned about it, but don't dismiss this little comment. It wasn't just a comment. This was a sustained partisan effort to misrepresent the financial condition of our country and how the president's budget would impact it. You see? I mean, and so if you can't be honest about that and look the American people in the eye and be honest about that, then you've really, to me, disqualified yourself for an even higher office.
The Journal this morning, Senator, says the senior GOP aides expect him to get confirmed, although obviously they say senior Republicans could, in their words, prolong the process. Do you actually believe that he stands a chance of getting confirmed?
I think members of the Congress and the American people, once we slow down here a bit and begin to ask ourselves, why have we not reached a budget agreement? It's because in 2011, the president, Jack Lew, wrote a budget that would continue to spend and tax, add $13 trillion to the debt, yet they told the American people, we've got a budget that will not be adding to the debt, and we're going to soon be paying down our national debt. And the budget never balanced. And actually in the last 8 years, 7, 8, 9, 10, the deficits were surging upward. So this was a bogus budget that they persisted in saying was a responsible budget. As I said, it was never brought to the floor of the Senate because it would have been exposed for the bogus budget it was. So to me, this isn't just a false statement. This is the man at the center of a determined political effort to misrepresent the financial plan of this administration. And I just think this is a big deal. If you believe in truth, and I do, that and objectivity, I think he should be held to account for this.
Senator, it certainly sets up an interesting afternoon as we hear from the president later today. Appreciate you coming to the phone. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama.